Welcome to Cinema Sitdown. I am Brendan Barnes. I am your host today for today's Halloween themed Cinema Sitdown episode. Ooh, it's a spooky, spooktacular event where we all watched the movie Fido, a loving 1950 recreation of a zombie love story parroting various different films. First, I'm going to start on my right, introducing...
Oh, it's a me, Brandon, also known as Chris Pratt.
I'm Jane, Vulcan High Command.
Okay, it's me. I'm Cassidy.
I'm Alexis.
We're the Fairy Sisters.
So today we'll be talking about Fido, which stars a boy named Timmy Robinson who falls in love with his new pet zombie, Fido. And together they get through various different hijinks until ultimately breaking up into like a zombie apocalypse type thing. It was cool. First off, what was everyone's thoughts of the movie in general?
It was a special little thing. It was not what I expected going in. A lot of very weird turns, but not entirely a bad thing.
No, it was definitely weird, and it was meant to be. Thankfully, the movie itself didn't take itself too seriously, and I think that plays into its charm. What about everyone else?
Personally, the you said it was like a 1950s esque kind of movie. Okay. Because the way they were dressed and the way they kind of just were, I kind of got that vibe from it, but I didn't really know the time period or the location for the most part. But that wasn't really too important.
Oh, it's in Willard.
I mean, yeah, because I know where Willard is. But like, okay, they learned how to domesticate zombies to make them butlers and this, that, and the other.
Correct.
But I noticed that little Timmy was calling the zombie Fido and like, oh, come here, boy, or go fetch the ball.
Yes.
There were dogs in this universe. So
Absolutely.
I'm sure he knew that wasn't a pet zombie.
I mean, the zombie was chained up outside like some owners do their dogs.
Yes. I understand. But what I'm saying is, they didn't. He wasn't a pet.
In this universe, they're basically pets. You know, you train your dog to go fetch the mail. The zombies go get their mail. They can do some other stuff. They're like more functional dogs. In this universe, that's what they're trying to get across to us. But they don't want to be treated like that. They got minds. They got feelings. You know. Kind of. Sometimes, maybe. We don't actually know.
Some people didn't think so.
Some people didn't, but I think that's what they're trying to get across, is that they're treated pet-like in this universe. They're not treated like people.
What about you guys?
I literally loved this movie. It was just such an easy little Halloween movie. It was like funny, but like they're eating. It's like gruesome, right? But it's funny, and it's very lighthearted. I just really, really liked it. I would definitely watch this like at a Halloween classic.
Awesome.
Loved it.
Yes. It was very lighthearted, especially compared to the past
past
films,
two.
which were very intense.
I mean, I sought to bring something more fun and, believe it or not, cheery to the actual showcase. So I'm glad to see you guys enjoyed it, at least in that sense.
Yes.
So domesticated zombies, does that work?
Interesting. You know, it does seem a little bit slavery. And I don't know if that's good. I don't know about all that. It's a goof and a gag, but I don't know.
But I think
I got those undertones.
I mean,
me.
I do believe that that's kind of one of the things that they were hinting at, was the social inequalities, which I didn't think you guys would touch on this early in the episode, but here we are.
It's 2021.
But yeah, no, absolutely. There's a lot of inequalities between what's designated as a human, what's designated as alive, and what's designated as a slave in menial tasks. And unfortunately, like, it mirrors an almost all too real aspect of that time. Well, my question is, what's the collar actually doing? Is it like pumping something into their veins that don't pump blood anymore, or?
I really was confused how it worked, but at the same time, I literally didn't care at all.
Yeah,
movie
It was
science.
just such a goof.
I don't
like,
think they wanted you to
wasn't
think
a
too much
big-
about it.
Yeah, movie science.
Yeah,
It
I
doesn't
wasn't
matter.
super into the backstory just because the story and the characters were so interesting.
It
I didn't
doesn't,
really
it
care.
doesn't take itself seriously enough.
Okay, so if you think about it, the
Okay.
collars, when they worked, they were lit up red, right?
Correct.
They could still be wearing the collar, but it could be turned off, and they could still go crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
So something about that collar being on sends either some type of like
Zombies don't like the color red.
it sends a reminder, be like, hey, don't eat people. But if the light goes off, it's like, well, do what you want.
Time to eat people again.
I mean, even then though, you saw the zombie like, you know, not eat his owner. Like there was some sense of him like
Self-control.
self-control, like remembering or like connection to the people.
Which
Okay.
is what Timmy was wondering. He's like, are they actually alive?
Yeah.
Are they dead? Like, what's up?
No, I mean that's a great thought. It's just like, these are reanimated corpses, but are they actually dead? Are they vacant of soul, if you will?
Okay, so Timmy's father, what's his name?
Bill.
Bill.
Boo.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Bill's
Bill
the father.
Robinson.
What was the mom's name?
Helen.
Helen. Bill and Helen. So
Yep.
Bill in his lifetime has killed one zombie. It was his father. Sad, but happens.
Yeah.
It happens to the best of us. Yeah.
He was a part of the zombie war, and he killed a zombie, being his father. Yeah, he killed one.
Yes.
Traumatized the rest of his life.
Correct.
His wife, his pregnant wife, went out to the woods and killed 2 kids with no
Zombie
hesitation.
kids. Let's reiterate here. Zombie kids.
Zombie children. No hesitation whatsoever. She went out with a 6-shooter, shot 12 times, no reload. I don't know how it happened, but she let it loose. And she was like, hey, I want you to know that nothing we did here today is okay by any means. But they're sitting there watching a clubhouse go on fire.
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's just fun.
she came prepared with gasoline and matches and a gun, doubly loaded.
Do you not?
I
During
don't
the
These are
zombie
situations
time?
that you have to be prepared for.
Yeah.
which
I
is
mean,
like,
I
I
don't
think
think you were not you got to come prepared.
I mean,
in everyday life.
during their outside time, they were teaching them how to shoot 22s.
Yeah.
yes.
Like, legitimately.
So I'm saying like, it's a change of times. People are prepared, but how is this grown man still going his day-to-day life? He has a gun on his hip, but he's scared of zombies, like, just to look at him.
Yeah.
I'd be
like-
scared of zombies. I don't know about
I mean,
you.
those zombies in the movie did. Okay, we saw Train to Busan recently.
Yes.
Those zombies
Those
are
are definitely
scary.
scarier.
The zombies in this movie, I feel like I could just do a power walk and I could get away. You know, they didn't.
I mean, there was the scene where Timmy literally beat that zombie old lady to death with a shovel.
with the shovel and then cut her head
No
off.
effort.
Yeah. So I don't feel like I'll be too worried in this time. I'll be more scared of the civilians in the town than being.
Yeah, they
the
were
zombies.
rude.
Yeah.
Not because of they're rude people, but
They're all about status.
1950.
That's another aspect. Funerals are so expensive because everyone wants zombies because they're cheap labor, or free. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's exactly what it is.
I mean, if you think about it, if parallelism to slavery.
Yes.
Well, are they cheap though? Because the dad was like, we can't have a zombie
Yeah.
and me still pay for like everything.
The problem was he was paying for funerals. He was paying for 3 funerals, and that's whenever she told him, "I'm pregnant." He's just like,
Oh,
"I can't afford another funeral." Like,
Think about the baby.
I don't think that baby is his. Okay.
It should have
Okay.
been a zombie
And
baby.
I think I
should
think
have
it's
been
Fido's.
so
Okay?
Fido ends up growing emotions and ends up bonding with the family, which is a great wholesome side to this movie.
But the relationship with the mom was a little sketchy.
Less sketchy than the relationship with Tammy and
Yeah.
and her
Not
Okay.
as that
We
bad.
straight saw them kiss.
no
But you,
teeth.
but you see
Kiss-
him like
he
slip
kissed her teeth.
shoulder, and she's like smiles at him at the end, and he's like in all the dad's clothing that already like passed
Yeah.
away. Like,
What are you gonna do? Get rid of him?
They're bonded. They're bonded for
But
life.
I mean, even like Tammy had emotions because when the guy said, "Oh, I can just get a new one," she got upset and she looked away, and he felt really bad about it. He's like, "Oh, I just upset her," and like that's like she might have been the first zombie to actually develop emotions. So she actually might be in a terrible but real relationship, realer than the relationship with the main antagonist and his wife.
That's true.
I mean, let's be honest, the head of Zomcom was a terrible person who didn't see even people as real people. He just sees them as potential zombies.
Was every man in this movie terrible?
You know?
Yes.
Every man
yeah.
except for
Every
Fido.
living one was.
Every man except for Fido.
Fido was chill.
Even some of the
Fido
cops.
was chill.
Even Timmy was pretty bad at
Timmy.
times.
Oh.
Timmy,
I love
okay.
him
Hot
so
take.
much.
Camera, look at me. Timmy deserved to get bullied in school.
Are you serious?
Are you kidding me?
Why would you say that?
The way he treated the neighbor. Okay.
He got
the way,
tied to a tree and almost got
got-
shot.
He almost
Okay.
got eaten.
Listen,
He could get
bullied in
eaten.
school, not outside
Okay,
where the
well, tell
zombies
me
reign.
why Sweet Timmy deserves to be bullied.
Sweet
pointed
Timmy.
a gun
Why
at
did he?
him.
Why did he get a gun pointed at him? Why did he
Okay,
deserve
yeah,
that?
what's up with that?
was
Listen,
at school.
okay, listen. We all got bullied as kids. I got bullied pretty bad. It's
Yes,
me.
and so
Listen,
did I. And-
All I'm saying, there are some pretty bad bullies out there.
Yes.
We don't live in zombie apocalypse world where we get guns handed to us in school. But my mustache. But what I'm saying is that the way he acted, I don't know. I just felt like he was just like, I don't want to say bad words, but he was a little poopy. He was a little poopy kid, you know?
He wasn't as good of a person at times.
I disagree with
can
everything you just
You
said.
can disagree with it.
I mean, based on the
Anyway,
times, he did
Did you see that?
make claims that like
Yeah,
you throw a
it
ball like a
happens.
girl, like it's
Okay, that wasn't
You
chill.
literally looked at me and said,
That
"That's
wasn't
sexist."
chill, but
It-
he's a young lad. He needs.
I mean, but that doesn't.
some-
Boys will be boys is not okay.
But he needs someone to be like, nah, don't do that, and he'll be like, okay, cool, and then he moves
He
on.
needs to be taught.
Yeah, he's just a child. He has room for development.
Okay.
Timmy
okay.
does not deserve to be
He
bullied.
deserved it in the scene.
No, he did not.
Do
Not-
the bullies deserve to be eaten?
Yes.
First of all, okay.
right.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yes,
time
they
out,
do.
time out.
Children died.
Okay.
The one
not
kid
even
shot his
12.
brother.
Not even
Listen.
12.
Listen.
The
Listen.
little kids.
They're 11, I think.
Yeah, because he said you can't get a gun until
Till
you're 12.
But
You gave
here
me
you
the
go.
before you
Put this
went-
in your book bag.
Yeah.
It was like China Brown knows from the beginning of the movie all the way through to their sad demise at the end of wherever they stopped. But like, they played into their own trap by being the little brats that they were. I'm not gonna. Okay.
They deserved it. Sorry.
You said it, not me.
That's my hot
But-
take.
But it's not. I mean, it's lukewarm like the zombies. But what I'm saying here is that they were. You could see where they were going before the movie even got halfway through. There was no way they were gonna make it to the end of that movie. Like
I didn't expect children to die in this movie. Going in,
Have you not seen movies?
I've seen many movies in my life. Kids aren't usually the ones who are dying. And
Okay,
they're gonna
here's my issue with that scene.
Okay.
The one, whichever one keeps telling his brother to shut up.
Okay.
He shot him. Like he
Yeah.
shot through the zombie and shot him.
Yeah.
But then the zombie goes after the kid that runs into the house, right? And
Yeah.
Timmy's still tied up to the tree. Okay.
Yeah.
They kill he goes deals with the one zombie, but then the brother who was shot gets up and acts like a zombie, but he wasn't like eaten.
I think everyone turns.
Just like
It's-
does
it's-
everybody just turn into a zombie like
Yeah,
once
yeah,
they
they
die
said that at the
immediately?
beginning
Yes,
of the
yeah.
movie.
Because Tammy, when she died, heart.
It's
brain
Walking,
rhythm.
it's Walking Dead rules. So like the radiation that surrounded the planet, because it's still surrounding the planet. Whenever people die, they still turn into zombies. So everyone's infected. It's just like The Walking Dead, but not as good.
I mean, the real issue was every time it was like night and he would like go outside, they show him in bed and a pair of one pajamas, okay? And then he would walk out with these like blue fish pajamas. I'm like, that's not what he was wearing in the scene before.
You don't change your wardrobe before you go outside. And
He
you're,
literally was like, he
it's
was like in the house and he walked outside and he's like in a completely
It's
different pair. I'm like,
indoor
what?
pajamas and outdoor pajamas.
You have pajamas to sleep in, pajamas to go out and kill a lady. You don't have two pair of pajamas? 'Cause
I mean, those are probably his throwaway pajamas. He probably burned
He
those.
probably had to. That's evidence.
Yeah.
he
For
could have
sure.
went to jail. He could have thrown to the wild zone.
Yeah.
And what gonna happen out there? You probably would have just died.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want kids to die, do you? Exactly.
I don't.
My favorite scene is when the zombie literally chucks the one kid in the woods. That was like my favorite part. That was so
You
funny.
see it kind of like the doll,
He's just like
kind of
this,
like
and then
just
he
like
gets thrown.
drag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
That's a
He did that twice.
Yeah, he did do that twice.
Yes, he
I
did.
enjoyed it
To
both
both
times.
Yeah, and then they dragged him into the shed and burned it to the ground.
Yeah, and they just watched it.
Yeah,
Just
as a family.
family bonding.
As a family.
All
Yeah.
three of them together.
Yeah.
You don't do that
Exactly.
as family bonding?
Which goes back to the point that baby is half zombies.
I want him to be have some. Well,
She literally was like, she didn't even start, like, they didn't start hinting to it until after the zombie was there.
Exactly.
at first I thought she was lying.
Oh.
I thought she was like, I'm pregnant, and I was like, yeah, okay. But she actually was.
When he went to go golfing and he hit little Timmy in the back of the head with that golf club bag, I was
That
like,
was
come
so
on, that's your
rude.
son, bro.
That was
Yeah.
so rude.
But
Yeah.
like anyway, he's like, I got something to tell you. Rubbing her stomach. I'm like, uh-oh. If she's pregnant, and he's already starting to get jealous of this zombie, and this zombie's already been like, you know, giving her the lazy eyes and all that. You're like, you know what time it is.
They didn't
I
even sleep
feel-
in the same bed.
Exactly, which I'm like,
Which
so,
I
think that
feel
was-
like that was more common during the
Yeah,
era.
was that
It
just for
was.
like
Yeah.
them to like pay?
That's
homage or
that's
whatever.
the respecting the marital bed.
Okay, that's what I thought it might be,
they
but
were
it just made
married.
sense
Why
for
didn't they
Bill
just
and Helen.
sleep together?
That'd be risque. You wouldn't want your neighbors finding out that you slept in the same bed.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
terrible.
that would
How
be
do you
terrible.
have kids?
That's immoral. Do zombies retain their dance moves after they die?
You look pretty stiff out there.
I mean, he was pretty stiff.
He was.
It looked like she was leading pretty hard there, but he was.
He had a little bit of flow. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he kind of picked it.
He
He
was
was a little like,
He got
okay.
He was
into
getting
it.
back into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, if the roles were reversed though, let's say that the husband had a girl zombie, like how Homeboy had Tammy,
Yes.
and the wife had to sit there and watch him dance with a girl zombie. Would she be okay with that?
Well, if Mom had Bill's personality,
Well,
I
let's
don't think there is any heroes in the story. Everyone is bad. Everyone.
Fido.
Everyone.
Fido is
good.
here.
Fido
is here.
did
Fido
eat
killed
people.
people though. Everyone killed somebody.
Yeah, but that lady, but that
That's
lady
true.
was rude.
Yeah,
that
she
woman
was very
rude.
rude.
She almost
deserves-
killed him.
Yes.
She was
Does
walking
that mean that she deserves to die?
Yes.
Okay.
in this economy in the movie.
Yes.
You can't afford to be a bad person
I-
because
Apparently.
I do actually. They kind of brought it up in the movie and they touched on it. They said the mother, Helen, she said, "I guess we're all sinners," because they were talking about it. And it's like, well, does a zombie go to heaven? And but Timmy's like, is it?
She's like, it's
purgatory.
purgatory. Why would
It's
you
like
want to be
purgatory.
that?
He's
Go
like,
to
but do
heaven.
zombies go to heaven, or if I turn into a zombie, am I going to be stuck here? And it was funny because she's like, I guess we're all sinners. So it's like, okay, so does that mean
So true, Queen.
What?
So true, Queen.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. So
Such a good
if they're
social
all sinners
commentary.
and everyone in this movie is terrible, it still stays within the theme of the
True.
movie.
It's true. I think they've been conditioned to live in this society where it's okay to mistreat other people. It's like Cold War type stuff where, you know, everyone's kind of wary of their neighbor. Like everyone's wary of old people.
Yeah.
Everyone's worried that, you know,
should-
somebody could die.
Yeah,
Old
the-
people
the-
cannot be
Start a new
trusted.
infection, and it's caused everyone to be these terrible people who are always paranoid of everything around them, and even if that movie portrays them as being good people, I don't think they're really good people. Obviously, these zombies aren't all like Fido.
No.
You know, whenever they get the collar sorted out, they don't all, you know, lock arms and sing Kumbaya. You know, they all just start killing everybody. And I don't know how many other like settlements like this there are on the planet. You know,
In the beginning, it talks about it has that map, and then it's just like there's settlements, but between each settlement, there's these danger zones.
like the rest of the world, it seems like it's almost entirely wiped out, and we just have these little pockets of humanity.
Little utopia.
So I can't.
Humanity.
A
though,
utopia.
It's. I mean, obviously, we're getting to a point with Fido where we can kind of.
I mean, how do they trade between
Is
different cities?
there like a like herding business to go out into the wild zone and get like a couple of zombies to bring back and domesticate them? Or
I mean, they talked about that at the end because they blamed the last outbreak on zombie poachers. Or on the guard
boat.
who was being bribed by zombie poachers who would go out there and capture zombies and then sell them on the black market.
There's a bigger world here, the universe here that play that I don't think we all fully appreciated. When
No,
they didn't do enough with this movie. They should have went further.
There should have been like a.
There should have been at least like 2 or 3.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We are Cinema Sitdown, and
Happy
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
It's for me, Halloween.